His disturbing acts made even police sick. Imagine a world where shadows of evil lie beneath the surface of daily existence, where people who appear normal on the outside are hiding horrific truths that are beyond comprehension. Imagine now seeing into the deranged mind of one such person, whose heinous deeds have left even veteran law enforcement agents appalled. Who is this mysterious person known only as Oklahoma Girls? And what horrible things hide under the surface of everyday life? How did his planned brutality play out, causing ripple effects throughout the neighborhood and beyond? Come along with us as we reveal the terrifying story of Oklahoma Girls' unsettling deeds. A voyage into the deepest reaches of the human psyche that will upend everything you believe to be true about the essence of evil. The Oklahoma Girl Scout killings happened at Camp Scott in Mays County, Oklahoma, in the early hours of June 13, 1977. 3 Girl Scouts, ages 8 to 10, were the victims of a sexual assault and murder. After that, their remains were abandoned 150 yards from their tent on a path that led to the restrooms at the campground. After Jean Leroy Hart, a local jail escapee with a violent and rape history, was apprehended, the case was deemed solved. But in March 1979, a jury found Hart not guilty by a unanimous vote, and Hart was declared not guilty. A Camp Scott counselor learned during an on-the-job training that her possessions had been broken into, and that her donuts had been taken less than 2 months prior to the murders. A handwritten message with the words, "We are on a mission to kill 3 girls in Tent 1," written in capital letters, was found inside the empty donut box. The note was disposed of by the camp session director, who saw it as a practical joke. Officially, DNA testing conducted in 1989 was inconclusive because, while it confirmed Hart, a member of the Cherokee Nation, as a suspect, it did not sufficiently reduce the number of potential suspects, indicating that it applied to 1 in 7,700 Native Americans. Even though the case is still officially unsolved, DNA testing done in 2017, which took advantage of another 28 years of testing advancements, strongly points to Hart's involvement in the crime. The evening before camp began, Sunday, June 12, 1977, at around 7 o'clock in the evening, the girls gathered in their tents. Lori Lee Farmer, Michelle Heather Gutes, and Doris Denise Milner. All of the girls lived in the Tulsa suburb of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The camp's Kiowa unit, where they were sharing tent number 7, was the furthest from the counselor's tent and partly hidden by the showers. A camp counselor discovered a girl's body in her sleeping bag in a forested area just outside the tent area on June 13 at around 6 in the morning while heading to the shower. All 3 of the girls from tent number 7 were found to be missing. Counselors found the girls from tent had been slain when they started looking for them. One body was visible outside the sleeping bag, while the other 2 were crushed at the bottom. They had been abandoned 150 yards or so from their tent, on a trail that led to the showers. Testing later revealed that they had been strangled and beaten. It had been a rape of all 3 girls. A sizable red flashlight was discovered atop the girls' bodies. A smudged fingerprint was discovered on the flashlight's lens, but it was too blurred to be positively recognized. In addition, a 9.5 size shoe footprint was discovered in the tent's blood. On June 13, a landowner reported hearing quite a bit of vehicles on a distant road close to the camp between 2:30 and 3 a.m. Jean Leroy Hart, born on November 27, 1943, and passed away on June 4, 1979, was out of the Mays County Jail and on the loose since 1973. He had been found guilty on 4 charges of first-degree burglary and of kidnapping and raping 2 pregnant women. Hart, a Cherokee Nation member who was raised around 1 mile from Camp Scott, was taken into custody at a Cherokee medicine man's house within a year. Local Oklahoman lawyer Garvin A. Isaacs was representing him. A trial was held in March 1979. A local jury found Hart not guilty, despite the local sheriff declaring himself 1,000% certain of Hart's guilt. Hart still had 305 years remaining on his 308-year sentence to serve in the Oklahoma State Penitentiary as a convicted rapist and jail escapee. 2 years after the killings, on June 4, 1979, Hart, then 35 years old, fell and passed away from a heart attack in the prison exercise yard during an hour-long workout that included lifting weights and running. Later, 2 of the families filed a $5 million negligence lawsuit against the Magic Empire Council and its insurance provider. The threatening note, and the fact that tent number 7 was just 86 yards from the counselor's tent were also discussed during the civil trial. The jurors voted 9-3 in Magic Empire's favor in 1985. Unveiling the darkness. Enter the shadows to see a world shrouded in darkness after the mask of normalcy is lifted. The public and investigators alike are in shock over the heinous deeds of a single person that have left this realm in a spooky state. What's hidden behind the surface of daily existence, deep within depravity? Come along with us as we lift the veil of mystery and venture into the depths of darkness, where the genuine face of evil will eventually come to light. The facade of normalcy. Behind closed doors. Behind the closed doors of what may seem like the most unassuming of homes, there often lies a shadowy realm, hidden from the prying eyes of the outside world. Within these seemingly ordinary abodes, individuals go about their daily lives, presenting an outward image of normalcy that masks the disturbing truths lurking just beneath the surface. While to neighbors and acquaintances, these individuals may appear entirely unremarkable, blending seamlessly into the fabric of society. Behind closed doors, a starkly contrasting reality emerges. It is a reality characterized by secrets whispered in hushed tones, by manipulation woven intricately into the fabric of everyday interactions, and by unspeakable acts committed under the cover of darkness. What drives these individuals to meticulously maintain the facade of normalcy, all the while harboring such dark impulses within the recesses of their souls? How do those closest to them remain oblivious to the horrors unfolding behind closed doors, shielded from the harsh light of truth by a carefully constructed facade? Join us as we venture beyond the threshold of these homes, peeling back the layers of deception to expose the twisted psyche of their inhabitants, and uncovering the chilling truths that lay hidden from view, waiting to be unearthed. Unraveling the horror. The investigation begins. Following the revelation of the disturbing truth beneath Oklahoma girl's facade of normalcy, law enforcement agencies take decisive action and commence a meticulous inquiry into the depths of terror that lie underneath. The expedition into the depths of evil begins with a careful review of the facts as investigators laboriously put the pieces of the depravity puzzle together. The investigation's purview expands with every new finding, unveiling a network of treachery and evil that surpasses everyone's wildest expectations. Every option is investigated in the quest for closure for the community and justice for the victims, including forensic analysis and witness interviews. The full scope of misdeeds starts to come to light as the inquiry goes on, shocking both law enforcement and society at large. A ray of hope does, however, exist amidst the horror and despair. The resolve to hold accountable for their horrific acts and to see to it that justice is done. A terrifying trip into the depths of darkness begins with the investigation into misdeeds, where the search for the truth emerges as a ray of hope amid the shadows of despair. The horrific reminder of the depths of human depravity and the persistent pursuit of justice in the face of unimaginable evil. The Oklahoma Girl Scout murders continue to leave an irreversible mark on society, even though it has been decades since that fatal June 1977 morning. The victims, their families, and the community as a whole are still suffering from the wake of unanswered questions and unresolved pain. Time has not brought closure to this horrific case, but advances in forensic technology and law enforcement's unrelenting commitment have kept the search going. The case is officially unresolved due to the inconclusive results of DNA testing and the chief suspect, Jean Leroy Hart, being acquitted. This serves as a somber reminder of the judicial system's vulnerability in the face of extreme tragedy. Nevertheless, despite all the darkness surrounding this case, there is still cause for hope, a witness to the human spirit's tenacity and the unwavering determination to pay tribute to the victims' memories. Despite being brutally cut short, their lives shine brightly in the darkness, giving rise to a newfound desire to pursue the truth. Subscribe now to delve deeper into the harrowing story of the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders, uncovering the truth behind this tragic incident and exploring the quest for justice that continues to this day. Join us on a journey of investigation, reflection, and remembrance as we honor the memory of the victims and seek answers to the questions that remain unanswered. Subscribe today to stay informed and to support our ongoing efforts to shed light on this dark chapter in history.